So I'll be discussing the important or major characters in Genesis. The major characters were Adam and Eve, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. So let's start first with Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve are the first human beings created by God. Adam is formed from the dust of the ground, and Eve is created as his companion. They live in the Garden of Eden. While Adam in Hebrew is closely related to ground or soil, or in Hebrew, ground and soil is the term called is Adama. Adam means man, human being, or humanity, as mentioned in Genesis 2:7. And Eve, the name Eve comes from Hebrew chava, related to the Hebrew verb meaning to live or to give life, in relating naman sa Genesis 3:30. So their role in Genesis, they represent humanity's beginning. So they are the first human ever created by God. They are given the responsibility to care for God's creation. They originally the humanity were given the dominion over all creation. They are commanded not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. They disobey God after being deceived by the serpent. Their sin resulted in their expulsion from Eden. Their relationship to God, they initially have an intimate relationship with God, walking and communicating with Him. Their disobedience creates separation between humanity and God. Even after their sin, God still seeks them, judges them, and provides for them. The significance of their story is that Adam and Eve introduced the major themes of creation, human dignity, sin, judgment, and God's mercy. Their story explains why the world is characterized by both God's creation and human brokenness. Theological observations. Humanity is created in the image of God and therefore has unique dignity and identity. Sin involves distrust and disobedience toward God. Human choices have, of course, consequences. God's judgment is real, but His response also contains mercy and hope. Genesis 3 introduces the expectation that evil will ultimately be defeated. Next is Noah. The name Noah comes Hebrew word Noach, meaning rest, resting, or comfort, as in mentioned in Genesis 5:29. Noah is a righteous man who lives in the world that has become deeply corrupt and violent. His role in Genesis, God commands Noah to build the ark. Noah and his family are preserved through the flood. He brings animals into the ark according to God's instructions. After the flood, Noah builds an altar and worships God. God establishes a covenant with Noah and gives the rainbow as a sign of that covenant. His relationship to God, Noah is described as someone who walked with God, and as mentioned in Genesis 6:9. He demonstrates faith by obeying God's unusual command to build the ark. His obedience becomes the means by which his family and representatives of creation are preserved. His significance, Noah's story shows both God's judgment on widespread human wickedness and God's commitment to preserve creation. The flood becomes a major turning point in Genesis. Theological observation, God takes human violence and wickedness seriously. Faith is demonstrated through obedience. God judges evil but also provides a means of salvation. God's covenant with Noah emphasizes his commitment to the created world. Even righteous people remain imperfect. Noah later becomes involved in a shameful incident showing that problem of sin has not disappeared after the flood. Next is Abraham. Abraham in Hebrew word is Avraham, meaning the father of multitude, as in relating to Genesis 17:5. Originally, Abraham was called Abram. In Hebrew is Avram, meaning exalted father or father is exalted. He is the man God chooses to become the father of a great nation. His name reflects God's promise. His role in Genesis, God calls Abraham to leave his homeland. God promises him land, descendants, and blessing. Abraham travels through Canaan. God establishes a covenant with him. Abraham's faith is tested repeatedly, especially through God's command concerning Isaac. Abraham becomes the father of Isaac through Sarah. His relationship to God, Abraham responds to God's call in faith. His relationship with God is characterized by faith, trust, obedience, and covenant. At times, however, Abraham struggles to trust God's promises and attempts to solve problems through his own plans. Significance, Abraham is arguably the central figure of Genesis after the early chapters. God's promises to him establish the foundation for the rest of the biblical story. The promise is especially important. God promises to make Abraham into a great nation and to bless the nation through him. This means Genesis moves from story of all humanity toward the story of one particular family through whom God intends to bless humanity. Theological observations in Abraham's story. Faith means trusting God's promises even when their fulfillment seems impossible. God's purposes depend ultimately on His faithfulness, not human perfection. God's covenant establishes a continuing relationship between God and Abraham's descendants. Abraham's willingness to offer Isaac demonstrates radical trust, while God's provision of the ram emphasizes that God provides. Genesis presents Abraham as an example of faith, but not as a perfect person. Next is Isaac. The name Isaac comes from Hebrew root chachak, meaning to laugh. Therefore, Isaac is commonly understood as he laughs or laughter, as in relating to Genesis 21:6. Isaac is the son of Abraham and Sarah, and the child through whom God's covenant promises continue. His role, Isaac is the promised son born to Abraham and Sarah in their old age. He is nearly sacrificed when God tests Abraham. He marries Rebekah. He becomes the father of Esau and Jacob. God's covenant promises are reaffirmed through him. His relationship to God, Isaac is the recipient of God's covenant promises. God appears to Isaac and confirms the promises originally given to Abraham, as mentioned in Genesis 26:2-5. Isaac's life demonstrates that God's covenant continues from one generation to the next. His significance, Isaac is important because he is the link between Abraham and Jacob. Although his personal story is shorter than those of Abraham or Jacob, his place in the covenant family is essential. Theological observations. God's promises extends across generations. Isaac's birth demonstrates God's ability to accomplish what humans consider impossible. The story of Isaac's near sacrifice points to the theme of God providing a substitute. God's purpose are not determined simply by human expectations or cultural conventions. Next is Jacob. The name Jacob, in Hebrew, Yaakov, is related to the Hebrew word akiv, meaning heel o sakong. The name can also carry the sense of one who takes by the heel, supplanter, or the one who follows, as in mentioned in Genesis 25:26. Nung pinanganak si Esau, nauna, ta sumunod si Jacob, nakahawak si Jacob sa sa heels o sa sakong ni Esau. Jacob is the younger son of Isaac and Rebekah and the grandson of Abraham. He is the father of 12 sons who become the ancestors of tribes of Israel. Role. Jacob and Esau struggle even before birth. Jacob obtains Esau's birthright and later deceives Isaac to receive the blessing. He flees from Esau At Bethel, Jacob dreams of a stairway connecting heaven and earth and receives God's promise. He works for Laban and marries Leah and Rachel. He eventually returns to Canaan. Jacob wrestles with a mysterious divine figure and receives the name Israel. His 12 sons becomes the foundation of the nation of Israel. Jacob's relationship with God develops gradually. At first, Jacob is characterized by deception, ambition, and self-reliance. God nevertheless continued to pursue him and reaffirm his promises. Jacob eventually recognizes his dependence on God. His name being changed to Israel marks an important transformation in his story. The significance of Jacob's story. Jacob is crucial because Genesis shifts from focusing on individual patriarchs to the formation of the family that will become Israel. The promises given to Abraham are now being carried forward through Jacob. Theological observations. God can work through deeply flawed people. God's grace is not dependent on human perfection. Jacob's life illustrates transformation through encounters with God. Deception and favoritism produces serious family conflict. God's faithfulness remains constant even when Jacob's faithfulness is inconsistent. So now Joseph. Joseph, or in Hebrew Yosef, comes from a Hebrew verb asaph, meaning to take away or to remove, and is also connected with yasaph, meaning to add or to increase, in relating to Genesis 30:23-24. Joseph is one of Jacob's 12 sons and the favorite son of Jacob's later years. He becomes a powerful official in Egypt. His role in Genesis, Joseph receives dreams suggesting that his family will one day bow before him. His brothers become jealous and sell him into slavery. Joseph is taken to Egypt. He rises to prominence but is later falsely accused and imprisoned. God enables Joseph to interpret Pharaoh's dreams. Joseph becomes second in command over Egypt. A severe famine brings his brothers to Egypt seeking food. Joseph ultimately reveals himself to them and forgives them. His family moves to Egypt, setting up the events of Exodus. His relationship to God. Joseph repeatedly acknowledges God's presence and sovereignty. Even when he suffers unjustly, he continues to trust God. Joseph understands that God can use human evil to accomplish his purpose. Significance. Joseph's story forms the conclusion of Genesis and explains why Jacob's family ends up in Egypt. It also connects the patriarch story to the next major part of the Bible, Exodus. Joseph's statement to his brothers captures one of the book's major theological themes. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Theological observations. God remains present even when his people experience suffering and injustice. Human evil does not ultimately defeat God's purposes. Forgiveness can break cycle of hatred and revenge. God's providence can operate through circumstances that appear tragic. Joseph's story emphasizes God's faithfulness to his promise to Abraham's family. So the character progression throughout Genesis is from Adam and Eve. It shows how humanity falls. To Noah, it shows God's judgment and his preservation to his creation. And to Abraham, the covenant and promises. To Isaac, the promise continued. And to Jacob, where Israel's family formed. And to Joseph, Israel's family are preserved. So the key theological themes in Genesis is creation from the time of Adam and Eve. Also, another theological theme is human sin, the reality of human sin, as shown in the life of Adam and Eve, Cain, and the flood generation. Also, God's justice, judgment, as shown in the story of the flood. And also God's covenant, his covenant to Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And also, another theological theme is faith. as shown by Abraham and Noah. Also, God's promises as revealed to Abraham, Isaac, to Jacob. Also, grace, God's grace throughout the patriarchal stories of how many times they disobey God, still God's grace remain. Also, providence in the story of Joseph, and forgiveness in the story of Joseph and his brothers when they were reconciled. And also God's faithfulness all throughout the entire book. So that's all.